Hello and welcome to this video. I haven't really put a video up here for a long time, so I decided I'd do this one. I just wanted to show off my collection, so to speak. So let's just sort of have a little look round. So you see there's photos on the wall, and see all the various hats and things. I've been collecting racing cars and things like this since 1998, so this is quite a long time, and it's a big collection as well. As you can see down there's all the little things. Okay, I admit the mini fridge isn't part of Formula 1, but hey, everyone's got to have their cool drinks for the race, haven't they? Yeah, as I said, I've been collecting since 1998, and it's amazing on the prices and things, and how cheap they were back in '98 and how expensive they are now. Some of these were kind of bargains that you pick up on the internet. Some of these, obviously, that photo there with the Ferrari, it was a caricature for I think it was my 24th birthday. 24th? Yeah, 25th. I'm sure it's 24th. Yeah, in fact I'm sure it was. Obviously, little cards and that I used to get every birthday. This one's for my 25th, obviously. I used to get these every year, and I obviously saved them as well as a few of the other ones as well. That's the first one I had. Obviously that one for my sister, it's like a 3D one. Also got some kind of good presents here, as you can see right now. This is a spoof newspaper cutting from the Daily Mail, just for my 25th birthday. It's good. Also, I've got, as you can see, a bit too close there, but you can see my my race overalls. I do like to go karting as much as I can. Fortunately, I haven't got my crash helmet out, so I can't show you what my crash helmet is like. But there you go. See, there's my my calendar. Surprisingly, on the right date. I'm a little bit too lazy to keep changing it over every single month, which is fine. Obviously, you can see some of the lorries up there as well, and a few little toys as well. I just want to show you the ceiling before we carry on. This is why I've got some of the flags as well. There's the Jaguar one, and of course the Jensen Button one, the one that I took to the first British Grand Prix I went to in 2009. And of course, if we go a bit further over, there's the Ferrari flag. So let's have a little closer look at some of the cars. Obviously, as I said, since 1998, obviously the prices have gone up incredibly steep. They're incredibly steep now. I mean, yeah, as we can see, some of the cars here, they're some of these again were kind of bargains, things that you find on the internet, things that people are selling, and just all good, good sort of sort of shops. I mean, some of the places, for those that collect Formula 1 cars, some of the places to go on the internet that are very reliable is onpole.com. Of course, Alex Reed World of Motorsport, of course that's in London. And of course, recently my favourite place that I go to quite often is Martin's Models in Leicester Square in London. But the majority of this collection comes from, obviously, Grand Prix Legends, big internet site based in Surrey, and they're fantastic. Their service is brilliant. Their the dispatch is fantastic. And they always keep you up to date with exactly where your product is, and when it's hopefully due to be in your hands. So you can see the helmets there and things, which is good. Obviously, some more little cars on the windowsill. As I said, price wise, that sort of explain some of the prices here. Of course, when I started in 1998, let's see if I can find my first car I brought. In 1998, there we go. It's the Williams. Is indeed that one there, which I brought for $13.99. $13.99 I brought that one for. That's pretty cheap then. course expensive in my day. I wasn't actually earning a lot of money at that point, but every time I used to get a bit of a paper round, I used to every time I had a paper, say a bit of money from my paper round, I used to go down to the shop that used to be in Wickham. That was one of the first. That was one of the first cars I picked up. Let's go to something a little bit more modern, shall we? Obviously, people might know this one. This is the 2010 McLaren of Jenson Button. Unfortunately, the images aren't brilliant here, so I'm sorry for that. But something similar to that. I mean, I bought that for about 53 quid. So you can see the difference between that and the previous model I showed you, £13.99 and £50. They've all gone up, obviously, dramatically since then. Of course, a lot of that's to do with obviously the modelling, and of course the the designs and that, and of course the paint jobs and the metals and things that are involved. Obviously, all the prices go up. As you can see on some of these, you can see the bigger cars. And the helmets as well. I collect anything. I don't literally just buy certain cars or things like that. I buy some of the models, of course the cups as well. I've had all those for Christmas. So I've really enjoyed. Obviously, a little card up there. That's something I got for Christmas, which I always keep. Of course, a few little designs, a few little sort of like the clock shaped F1 steering wheel. Can't quite think of the word I was looking for there. And this is quite a good one. The Lewis Hamilton portrait that I got there, picture. As you can also see, some of the figurines as well. So I told you about the 118s, the 143s, which are these ones here. They're obviously now between £50 and £60. I know for a fact the 2011 McLarens, which isn't this one here, it's 2010, but the 2011 McLaren now is worth around £60 in most shops, so very expensive. The bigger cars, well, again, they started to be about £50, and now they're escalating to 80, 90, sometimes 100 plus. This one here, the Ferrari of Fernando Alonso, this was the 2010 car, was £110 just on its own without P&P, so that was very, very expensive. Very expensive. The nose cones, as you can see, go for about £69, £70, sometimes even 80, depending on what type you get. And of course, obviously the helmets, a lot of these were again from places like the internet sites, which I'll tell you about a little bit later. Obviously got some good cars there. Bugatti Veyron is the only thing in this room that isn't F1 related, but it's got a lot of speed. Obviously lots of other things as well, big things. Obviously I keep picking things up and have to find time to put them all up, but I haven't been able to do that just yet. As you can see, I think that's pretty much everything I've showed you in the room. I'll give you a little bit of a rundown on some of the other places that I find good models. As I said, it's Grand Prix Legends, that's all the W's at grandprixlegend.com. There's Alex Reed's World of Motorsport, that's all the WWs as well. Onpole.com is another great place to be. Martin's Models, of course, in London, it's a nice place to be, just in Leicester Square. There are quite a few there. Racing Models, they're in Milton Keynes, and they're also a great place to be. And of course, in Reading they have a little model shop as well, where you can get a lot of these things too. So there are lots of places out there. I guess you just have to look. You can of course get things on eBay, as you can get anything on eBay, but my advice is to be very careful. Sometimes you got people out there that do sell great models that are in mint condition, and then of course you've got other people you know, obviously the cars aren't quite in mint condition and they're not quite honest about it. So in terms of buying a product off of somebody else, I feel a bit wary about that, and I try not to buy off of eBay if I can. Not purely because, you know, eBay is a great site to be in, to find stuff, but sometimes, you know, you think you're getting a bargain, sometimes you don't. So all I can say there is, you know, you sort of take your luck, you take your chance sometimes. A lot of the stuff I have brought a few things off of eBay like that, but they've all been great, touch wood. They've all been brilliant. Well, that's about it, really. If there's anything about the collection that you would like to know, you know, then drop me an email, drop me a comment, and I'll get back to you.